Last time we have discussed scanf function. Scanf is more popular, rather more versatile function to input the data. And what it does is it enters all types of data, such as combination of numerical values, single characters and strings. We have also seen the general form in which scanf is used. Here is an example which is a recapitulation of the same example. Scanf, everything is in lowercase letters, and then in a control string which is written within double quotes, there are character groups such as %s, then %d, then %f, and then %c. In a double string, I have written this control string which consists of 4 character groups, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there are 4 conversion characters, namely S for string, D for decimal integer, F for float, and C for character. So since 4 character groups are there, or 4 conversion characters are there, the number of arguments that will follow will be 4 in a number. So for S, I am writing comma word. This corresponds to S. This corresponds to first character group. Then corresponding to this %d, second character group, I have and A. For this particular character group, corresponding data item or argument is and B, and for this %c, corresponding argument is and C, and then semicolon. So here the character groups are separated by blank spaces, and the number of arguments that follows, they match in data type with the conversion characters. Since 4 character groups are there, 4 arguments are there, and their data type of these arguments or input data items match with these conversion characters. So word must be a string, so it must be a character array. Therefore, if I want to declare this word, then I must declare it as an array, character word AT. Then A is a decimal integer, B is a float, so A must be declared as integer and B must be declared as a float. And C is a character, so C must be declared as a character. Float B and character C. So these arguments, they are preceded by ampersand sign except an array name, because array name itself is interpreted as a address of the memory location. All other variables or all other arguments, they will be preceded by ampersand sign and will be separated by commas. Now let us see some additional features of this scanf function. Consecutive non-white space characters that compose data item is called as width. For example, if I am writing integer item 3724, then width of this data item is 4 characters. Okay, so consecutive non-white space characters that compose data item is called as width of that data item, and you can limit the number of characters in a field by writing the format %WD. Consecutive non-white space characters that compose data item is called as a field, and you can limit the number of characters in a field by specifying its width, and I am specifying width of decimal integers as %WD. Example is %3D. %3D means I can enter a data item having maximum width of 3 characters or less than 3 characters. It should not exceed the specified width, otherwise additional characters will be lost or will be ignored by this particular thing, scanf function. So here I am writing one example. Scanf in control string %2d space %2d double quote complete comma, and here I am entering and A and B and C. Okay, so all ABCs will have data type integer, and if I am giving input something like 12, 13, 15, then the assignment will be in A 12 will be stored, in B 13 will be stored, in C 15 will be stored. If I am writing this as 153, then these 3 will be ignored by this, because width of the field exceeds the number of maximum width specified. It should not exceed the width specified. It can be less than that, but it should not exceed the width specified. Then here is another example of how one can enter various data items. Here I am writing main integer I float x. I am declaring I as integer type of variable, x as a floating type of variable, and c as a character type of variable. And here I am writing scanf, few c statements will be there. Control string is written like %3d, then %5f, then %c, double quote complete, and I, and x, and c. Okay, and the data to be inputted is something like 10, then blank space, then 256.875, and then space capital T. Then how assignment will take place? In I, this 10 will be stored because its width is 3, maximum 3 integers. So in I 10 will be stored. 10 will be stored. And one more thing is blank space is there which will not appear. In X, which is floating type of variable, 5f will be stored. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will store this particular floating point number up to 0.8. So X is 256.8. These are in all 5 characters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then in a C, the next character will be stored. Next character is 7. And this 5t will be ignored. 5t will be ignored by scanf or computer. So this is how the assignment will take place. These are additional features where we are specifying width of the field. Then the last output library function, which is again rather more powerful, more versatile, and which is used to output all types of data, is a printf function. Printf function or printf statement. It is used to output all types of data. It is used to display all types of data. Maybe combination of numerical values, single characters, or character arrays. This printf function is capable of displaying all types of data. Or in other words, this particular function printf will move data from computer's memory onto a standard output device, namely screen or a monitor. The general form of printf function is printf, then control string, then comma, then argument 1, argument 2, argument 3, and so on, argument n. Control string contains certain required formatting information, which is always written within double quotes and has character groups either separated by blank spaces or continuous, and the use of blank spaces is very common, as we have seen. So this particular description is similar to scanf function. The role of control string, the general form of printf function is almost the same as scanf function, and control string is exactly the same as that of scanf function. Argument 1, argument 2, argument 3, argument n, these are variables or numerical values or array names or more complex expressions. These are either variables, array names, or more complex expressions. Then these arguments, as we shall see, that they are not preceded by ampersand sign, because what printf is doing, it is just moving processed data from computer's memory onto output device such as screen or display, and therefore it doesn't need that ampersand or address of operator before this. As usual, these arguments are separated by commas. So here is an example of how one can use printf function. Hash include stdio.h, preprocessor directive, then main function, then character item 20. Meaning of this is item is declared as a character type of array having size 20. So maximum 20 characters can be there in this particular array whose name is item. Integer part number, part no, part number, semicolon, then float cost, semicolon. I am declaring item as a character type of array, part number as an integer type of variable, cost as a floating point variable, and after few C statements, I am writing printf statement here. Printf control string written within double quotes which slant or point to the left. Then first thing is %s, so which will stand for array name because it is string. %s, everything is in lowercase letters, remember. %d, %f, double quote complete. There are 3 character groups or 3 conversion characters, so number of arguments that will follow will be 3 in number. Here item, which is name of an array, whose data type matches with this conversion character, namely character, matches with the string which is namely character. Then part number whose data type matches with decimal integer, because part number has been declared as integer type of variable, and cost, data type of which matches with this float, because cost has been declared as a floating type of variable. And then few C statements, and here the program ends. So what you have to remember is that these output data items, they are not preceded by ampersand sign. Doesn't matter whether it is an array name or any other variable, either decimal integer or floating point variable. Then let us see additional features of printf function. In printf function, like a scanf function, you can specify the field width, the maximum possible characters that one can output or display will be specified by %wd. But here in this case, this width, the maximum characters which will be displayed will be specified by this w, field width, and it can be either less than or at the most equal to the width specified. But doesn't matter, even if the data item to be outputted has a more characters than width specified, a more spaces will be allocated to display an entire atom. And if it is less, if data item compose less number of characters, then while displaying that particular data item, it will be preceded by leading blanks. So there is a basic difference between scanf and printf. In scanf, if the width specified is greater than, is less than the number of characters in a data item, those extra characters will be ignored. But in case of printf, if data item compose more characters than width specified, then even then that data item will be completely or entirely displayed by allocating additional characters. Then one more feature of printf function is it is used to display only messages. For example, I want to print this particular message, printf in double quote TY-BSc physics, TY-BSc physics. This is printf function, this is printf statement, and the output of this printf will be TY-BSc physics. The output is TY-BSc physics. What is important is whatever you want to display, doesn't matter whether you write it in upper or lowercase letter or combination of both, must be written in double quotes, and both these quotes must point to the left. Then this will be the output without quote, remember. Then printf function is also used to display message plus variable value. So another example where I am displaying or outputting message plus variable value is printf answer x equal to %d, double quote complete, and then comma, this is control string. So here I am saying answer x equal to %d, and at the place of %d, what I am printing is value of x, and then semicolon. So this will print as answer x equal to something like 2. If it is float, then 2.5, 3.8, etc. If it is integer, x is equal to 5, 7, etc. So these are additional features of printf function. So here ends our second chapter, namely data input and output. Next time we will discuss our third chapter, namely control statements. Thank you.